Today's the day you've been working toward. Yes, it's our last lesson, but also it's the day when I give you my fabulous list of ways to continue your pronunciation improvement. Before I go into it, let's look at our 3 goals for today. 1. Use your evaluation and the suggestions from your classmates and me to make the final recording for your process presentation. 2. Discuss some ways to continue improving your pronunciation. 3. Complete the end-of-course survey. You've already completed steps 1 through 4 of the final project. Here's step 5. Step 5. Make the final video recording and submit it on Canvas. Consider your practice recording. What did you want to improve most? What did your classmates recommend? What did your teacher recommend? Practice one more time and then make your final recording. Now, just because our course is over after today, it doesn't mean that you're finished improving and fine-tuning your pronunciation. My list of suggestions is pretty long, but I've divided it into 4 categories. Things you can do for yourself, suggestions for speaking that are free, suggestions for listening and imitating that are free, and other ideas that require spending some money. As we go through the list now, ask yourself, which suggestions do I want to try? Ready? Here we go. To do for yourself. Be aware of your errors. Continue your top 10 list. Review lists and notes regularly. Write down your questions. Self-correct. Think in English. Talk to yourself in English. 1. Be aware of your errors. Start with each of your top 10 list videos. Go back and look at all the notes I wrote in your Google document. Download it, save it, review it. Watch each of my response videos to your list again. Make more notes on your list about what I pointed out. Remind yourself to be aware of these mistakes when you're speaking. If the th sound is still giving you trouble, anticipate the correct pronunciation when you speak. Whatever your difficulty is, be ready to correct it. 2. Continue your top 10 list. Make it a habit for another month to come up with 10 more words or phrases each week that are giving you trouble. Practice them. If you can, ask a native speaker for help. Record him or her saying them. Use the recording as an imitation exercise. 3. Review these lists and notes regularly. It's great to write notes and keep neat notebooks, but if you only look at them one time, the information will not stick. Expose yourself many times to the things that are challenging for you. The more you practice, the better you'll become. 4. Write down your pronunciation questions and then ask a native speaker or teacher or Google it. Chances are someone has already made a video lesson specifically answering your question. 5. Self-correct. When you hear yourself making a pronunciation mistake, say it again correctly. 6. Think in English. In order to pronounce English with the correct music, like stress, intonation, pauses, and so on, you have to think with that music in your head. 7. Talk to yourself out loud in English. Go to a place where you can be alone and get in the habit of speaking freely. Don't worry about other people hearing you or feeling embarrassed at all. Play with the sounds that you're trying to improve. Exercise the muscles of your mouth and train them to be English-speaking muscles. Suggestions for speaking. that are free. Expose yourself to more conversations. Make friends with English speakers. Join clubs related to your hobbies and interests. Be part of a conversation exchange. Engage strangers in short conversations. Become part of online learning communities. 8. Expose yourself to more conversations with native speakers of English and maximize opportunities to speak with them. What opportunities are around you? Are you taking advantage of them? Or are you spending all your free time hanging out, speaking your native language? 9. Make friends. What native speakers around you seem interesting and friendly? Neighbors? Classmates? Friends of other friends? 10. Join clubs related to your hobbies or interests. That speaks for itself. 11. Be part of a conversation exchange program. Meet a native English speaker who is trying to learn your language. Get together with this person once or twice a week and trade some language practice time. Use half the time to speak only in English, and then the rest of the time to speak in your language. 12. Engage strangers in short conversations. If you're living in an English-speaking country, think of all the different people you run into each day that could be potential practice opportunities. Cashiers, bus drivers, other shoppers while you wait in line, shop or cafe employees. And if someone asks you a friendly question, don't just answer it. Ask another question back. Keep the conversation going. 13. If speaking English in person with others is not an option where you live, become part of an online community. Check out the list in Canvas for my recommendations of where to go online to speak English with others. Suggestions for listening and imitating that are free. Refer to my Listening for Pronunciation list on Canvas. Make your own imitation exercises. Create your own Ben Franklin exercises. Continue to work with our course Quizlet sets. Train your ears with English media. 14. Refer to the list of websites on Canvas. You will recognize several of them since I've incorporated them into our course during the past few weeks. 15. Make your own imitation exercises from a clip of a movie or TV show that you like. Imitation exercises are when you listen to a very short segment, 2 to 4 seconds, several times, and then repeat it exactly as you hear it. Copy the speaker's intonation, volume, pauses, linking, stress, everything. Imitating native speakers is a sure way to improve your pronunciation. 16. Create your own Ben Franklin exercises. You've already done one of your own in our course, remember? Ben Franklin exercises are when you take a little longer video segment, 60 to 90 seconds. Write down the words, listen to the video several times, and write notes on the text so that you can read it as an imitation of the speaker. You mark the text for short pauses, long pauses, focus words, rising or falling intonation, facial expressions, gestures, linking, and whatever other things you notice. Then you record yourself reading it like the speaker and compare how you did with the original video. 17. Continue to work with the sets of Quizlet examples that I've created for you. Create an account for yourself so that you can save sets that are still challenging for you. As you go through them, star examples that are especially difficult and select the option to study starred items later when you want a review session. 18. Train your ears by listening to more English spoken by native speakers. Find a TV show, YouTube channel, radio station, or something that you enjoy listening to. Spend a little time every day listening to the English spoken in your media of choice. Other ideas. Spend some money, go a long way. Look at my books and materials for pronunciation list on Canvas. Buy a few group or private lessons. Study abroad. 19. Look at my list on Canvas for other pronunciation books and materials that I've pre-approved for you. You may not be able to find these for free, but if you purchase used copies of books online, you can save some money and access some great materials that address specific pronunciation improvement needs. 20. Buy a few group or private lessons. Also on my list, you'll find some fabulous teacher resources and options for both online or in-person lessons. 21. Last but not least, study abroad. This is not an option for everyone, but there's nothing like full immersion in a language and culture to motivate and enable you to improve your pronunciation quickly. All right, hopefully you found something in that list that inspires you or triggers another idea for pronunciation improvement. Now it's time to discuss your thoughts on all this with the class. I can't wait to hear your ideas. Let's begin.